Here is my screen, and you guys will see what I'm short, what I'm long. Again, I will post all these community page of the YouTube channel. Okay, please pay attention. Go check it out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, before 2 p.m. By latest by 2 p.m. Pacific time. Then you can go back to the Wednesdays. So today is Friday. Then go back to Wednesdays. Take a look at that screenshot. See the position, what carried over, what didn't carry over. What I still have holding from Wednesday or from Monday. What am I looking at? I'm doing mostly derivatives, options, but I'm also accumulating some stocks on my trading account. Excuse me. You can tag along if you want to tag along. I mean, I'm not against it. So let's look at the lists. Ooh. All right, we're up again today. So we bought some puts in the morning on the rally because this is a dead cat bounce. I'm not believing any of that. Okay, so let's take a look what we're doing here. All right. Go to charts. We'll go through our list. Actually, let's go through the position screen first. So these are the current positions, which they may or may not change at the end of the day. Actually, I will sell something in a second. So I keep adding 1,000 shares at a time every 10 cents. I started at my cost right now is $2.94. I'm long 9,000 shares of WOLF. It's called Werewolf Therapeutics. I will do a covered call strategy on this at some point, but I'm accumulating at the moment. I will have another 1,000 shares to buy at 240. I'm okay with I'm comfortable with that position. You don't have to do 10,000 shares, obviously. And that's only about, this is going higher on this, actually. I'm going double because it's equity. It's only, let's see, it's about 17% of account value, which I will max that out at 20% because it's equity, because it's not options. I trimmed a little bit today. I'm going to trim some just now, actually. I'm still long Unity. I like the underlying equity. So when I'm doing options, you guys can always go do the equity. Okay, so if I like Unity, and it's been here for a while now, stock is 2021. It's up 90 cents today, doing great. I'm like, yeah, go buy the underlying equity. Go buy one share. Go participate that way. Some of you may have seen my DJT, Donald J. Trump video, how to trade the elections. Stock went from 11 to, I'll show the chart in a minute, but stock went from 11 to close to 70. Now it's cut in half down to 31. This is trading with that betting site, right? So at the moment, I was short calls, short puts, which is called a short strangle for November 15th. I covered the calls because I sold them at like 4.5. They went down to nothing almost, and I don't have to wait till the last day. But now I'm short the puts. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit to the puts. I'm short 15, so I'm willing to buy 1,500 shares of DJT. The reason I'm doing it is because the implied volatility on DJT is 426%. Average implied volatility on this is only 110%. So we're selling 4x right on Tuesday morning. Whoever wins. Well, if Trump loses, I think this may go to 10. But I'm willing to buy this at 15 minus the premium, so I'm comfortable with it. I'm short 15. I'm short 15 of the puts, and those are the November 15th expiration $15 puts, 1.5. All-time low on the stock is about 11.5, so I'm willing to buy 15 minus the premium. I'm not worried about it yet. I am long 80. It goes, no, I like the stock a lot. LUNR is the symbol. Lunar, right? It's called Intuitive Machines, which the space, they're involved in space. We'll look at the chart in a minute. I'm long 80 of the December now. I'm moving to December on this. I was long November, so I made decent money with it. I'm long 80 of the December 10 calls. Stock is 792. My cost is about 60. 7 cents. They're about 65, 67 cents. Break even there. I will sell. In fact, I will sell. I won't sell it. We'll see if it goes higher. So this morning on the bounce, I bought puts, like buying these puts, as you guys can see. I'm long 15 of the November 15th on the SPY. 575 puts. My average cost is 9.5. They're about 10.5, so I'm up about 1,500 on that. That's called scalping if you're going to scalp. And I am also long 15 of the November 15 570 puts. My cost is 7.5. They're about 8.25. Of about 1,100 there. So that's how you balance yourself out. Okay. So if the and index is 571.5. Of course, what did I do? I went and sold today's expiration 0 DTE to lower my cost because I'm long 30. So I sold 30 of the 570 puts and they're going to expire in an hour and a half. They may expire worthless or they may expire worth something. But then if the market does go down and they're worth something, that means my long puts are going to appreciate a lot more. So not concerned. We'll wait until the end of the day. If they expire worthless, I lower my cost, and then I most likely will keep my long puts overnight and have a little bit of a sanity and balance. Other than that, DJT, I may add. A lot of people are saying if Trump loses, this will go to 0. I doubt that it will go to 0, but I will have my play. I will hedge myself if I see some ridiculous thing like that could happen. I'm going to put in a sell order on Unity at 50 cents because so I want to, those are Novembers, and I want to see, I was under in that position. I was just giving me a little break even. Let's sell tenets, to cut it down, trim some more at 50 cents. 50 cents, here it is. Yeah, I like trimming things. When you're down, when you go down, and overall, I trade equity, by the way. There's done, that's done. Overall, I trade equity. I really don't care about individual positions. If my equity is higher than the day before, I'm fine. I honestly don't pay too much attention to, when people say, "Oh, but you have a loss," I'm like, "Yeah, I actually took a tiny little loss." So I'm not worried about it. What I'm worried about is equity, right? If I had $1 and at the end of the month I have $1.20, the account has gone up 20%, right? Whatever happened during the month, I lost on this, I gained on this. It doesn't matter. My equity is higher, so always look into equity. Don't look at other hocus pocus stuff. And yeah, sold 10. We're down to 40. Okay, yeah, we're kind of balanced. Yeah, not much to do. Just wait until the end of the day to see what happens with the SPY. I bought the puts correctly for sure. But if we rally, my short puts are going to expire worthless, and then the long puts are going to they may depreciate a little bit, but I have profit, so I'm not going to worry about it. Here's the charts. Let's go to the charts. Let's go to the watch list really quickly so I can answer questions. This is Unity, by the way. Oh, this happens to be out here. This is 1-year charts, daily charts. My charts don't have any lines. I don't do squiggly lines. A lot of people look at lines and they just draw like 50 lines, and like it creates nothing but bias. Unity just bouncing off right off the 50-day. I like the chart. It looks good. MACD is above 0. It's above its all it needs to do is get above 22.5 and this thing is gone, right? So Unity is a software company. Symbol is U. But let's go into triple Qs. This is triple Q. So I do have one line, as you guys can see. I drew an uptrend line, which we broke under yesterday and closed under and kissed the 50 EMA and then bounced today. Today's bounce, I call it dead cat anemic bounce. MACD turned down. I am very cautious on the markets. This is the triple Q. I'm not saying it's super bearish or anything. I'm just saying that please watch out. Same thing with SPY. That's why I bought the puts on the bounce today after making decent money with them yesterday. This is definitely under the uptrend line, as you guys can see. And there's this also channel that, I draw lines when I have to. Otherwise, I don't. There's this perfect channel that the S&P 500 is going into. It's a lot closer, a lot further from the lower end of the channel, and it's 200 EMA. So today we bounced right back to where we should bounce, which usually when a trend line breaks, people, if you're reading your technical books, technical analysis books, a trend line will break. You will have a snap back to the broken down trend line, and then you will roll over. And that's what it seems like is happening today. And I will hold those puts. And MACD definitely has turned down. So there may be a little bit more pain coming up here. And let's go through the Mag 7. Apple. Here's Apple. Oh, never mind. Apple. Apple's earnings were okay, but then the analyst community didn't like it. This tried to make an all-time high. I could draw a line right up there, but I'm not going to because my eyes are good enough to create that line visually. It tried. It retested the all-time high at 237.49. It failed. Now it's pulling back. Support on Apple is at 213, 214. Next support at the 200 EMA. There is an uptrend that it broke under, just like all the triple Q and SPY did. This is the uptrend. I mean, I could draw it, but I'm not gonna. I can see it. MACD's turned down. Don't like Apple short term. Amazon, opposite. Earnings came out, making all-time high, making Jeff Bezos a lot richer. Beautiful chart. It just kind of went sideways, created almost like a cup and a handle, if you guys are paying attention to it. Or what else? If you're reading your technical books, here's the left shoulder, here's the head, here's the right shoulder with a neckline at all-time highs. Lovely looking chart. Meta is another one. Meta is, higher highs, higher lows, but it's coming close. Earnings were okay, but they sold the stock off. Microsoft actually was the worst one out of the group. Microsoft was the only Mag 7 that's breaking under its 200-day. Gotta watch out. You don't want to mess with 200 EMA. If a stock breaks under, and this has almost the look of a massive head and shoulder top. If you guys are reading your books again, here's the left shoulder, here's the head, and here's the right shoulder, extended right shoulder, and the timing is just about perfect on this with the neckline at 385. Watch out below on Microsoft. Tesla. Tesla had massive earnings. Island gap reversal right here. Again, if you're reading your technical books, technical analysis books, it's called an island reversal. In fact, Vic called this a bear flag. Well, what happened to the bear flag? No bear flag. Gapped up. Now it's pulling back. Probably a buyer of Tesla into the gap, but also depends what the market's going to do. And last but not least, NVIDIA out of the Mag 7. Nothing wrong with it. Made an all-time high, just pulling back now to its 50-day. There is an uptrend here, but it's one of the better acting Mag 7s. Probably the best acting Mag 7. AMD, dog shit, excuse my language, broke down. Yeah, nothing there. I do rotate the screen quite often, by the way. One of my favorites that used to be when it was like $8, it went to 40. And then going sideways, AST Space Mobile. A lot of the Chinese names I like. A couple of them are Baba. Right on the 50-day. I was long Baba on my BABA Alibaba actually. In my long-term trading account, I trimmed quite a bit. You guys can, by the way, all of this is public info. All of it is on the previous power hours or trading with Sergio. I'm telling you guys also what I'm doing in my long-term portfolio. I own Alibaba in the mid-70s. If you guys started watching me 3 months ago, I've been saying that just religiously. If you tagged along, bought it in 70s, stock at 120 almost. I trimmed quite a bit actually, more than half the positions, long-term position. So you guys know. Another one I like is Bilibili in China. It went from 16 to 32, doubled in like a week and a half, and then pulled back. I traded it twice. You guys know, again, go watch the power hours or go watch the position screens. Now I'm kind of flat. I'm watching it on the next turn up. I definitely think this has a chance. It's about 21 and a half. This is a chance to probably 28. So it's okay. Another name I like in China is JD.com. Another strong one. I mean, some of them are not as strong, but JD, Billy, and Baba are the three of the strong Chinese names. JD.com went from 25-ish to close to 50. Now it's just kind of going sideways, waiting for the moving average to catch up. Like it, really like it. Let's see a couple of other names, and then we can go forward. One stock that I put on there, and last Friday, you said the same thing, CRISPR Therapeutics. I like patterns like this. I mean, the reason I'm not in it because it's under its 200-day. I do not touch anything that's under its 200-day, people. Make that your first rule of thumb. Do not touch, do not buy stocks that are under its 200-day average, okay? So with that said, but it's a biotech stock. I'm watching it. I like these patterns that go sideways, and then break out. And this is DJT, Donald J. Trump. So as you guys can see, stock was as low as the all-time low is 1175, right? It's super, super, super duper volatile, okay? You got to have the stomach. That's why the market makers have 400 IV on these, implied volatility. It went from 1175 straight up to 55. Now it's down to 31. I'm short the $15 puts. If you guys looked at it, I was short the 85 and $100 calls. Somebody paid me 4.5 for 85s when the stock was 55, and somebody paid me over 320 for the hundreds. Those things hit the wall so fast because stock went down, obviously. So I covered them. I closed them, took my profit. So I'm just going to hold on. What else? Let's see. I'm not going to do everything on my list. My lottery ticket is coming in now, but too late because my options expired worthless. See, I'm not afraid to tell you guys my losses. I like this chart quite a bit. I love these types of charts, right? Big move up, catalyst, going sideways, going above its 200, going above its 50. MACD is above zero. Hain Celestial, HAIN. I had 325 of the October $10 calls. They expire worthless. I had only paid a nickel. Well, I'm not going to do it yet, but this time I'm going to buy the stock. I've been buying HOWL. I have 9,000 shares. I'm going to go to 10,000 shares probably. Here's HOWL. Massive catalyst. A lot of actually, if you guys look at the what do you call that? Analyst ratings on this. Bank of America has a 12.5 target. A lot of the analysts have like 10, 12 targets on it. Stock is like, what is the stock is doing 250? I mean, stock broke out from 220, went up to like 4 and change. Now, an absolutely zero volume is pulling back. So I like these types of pullbacks. It's pulling back to its 20-day and 50-day EMA. It better hold here. If not, then I'm going to start doing some therapy and start selling some cover call options on it, which I will explain actually on the next members only. I like these types of charts, although now it's under its 200-day. As I just a minute ago said, don't buy anything under 200-day. But when I first started buying, it wasn't under 200-day. I like these little, kind of bleeders. And then I think it's like right here, like this is going to be, it's about something like this. And next leg up should be higher. So I have 9,000 shares of that. I'm buying it. Financial stocks are okay. Goldman Sachs. I mean, what is there to say? See, this is the type of things that we're talking about here, right? Goldman Sachs, right? Higher highs, higher lows. Carvana, I am 100% out. So if you did follow me on that, I've been talking about Carvana for months. In 4 months that this channel has been alive. Even if you tagged along then, you doubled your money. I bought Carvana in the 20s in my long-term portfolio, held it for, this is Carvana for a year. So you guys can see. By the way, this was a $4 number. I didn't buy it until the 18s to 20s, by the way. Why is the reason? The reason for that is I don't buy things when with the anticipation of going up. When they get going, I'll get it right here. This is actually where I got it, right about here, when it went above its 200 EMA. And since then, and that was, by the way, when was that? No, I'll give you the date. Long-term portfolio. That was Yeah, that was about August of last year. And now I'm 100% out. And last earnings came out, stock went to 250. I go like, okay, I'm done. Same thing with Kava. Okay. I've been talking about Kava forever. Kava, I'm trimming. Baba, I trim quite a bit. Even in my long-term portfolio, not anticipating. When they get to my levels, I'm going to get out. I'm not going to just wait. This is Kava. These are the types of stocks we need to find, guys. Okay. Higher highs, higher lows. Trend is your friend. This is Kava, right? I trimmed this one too. I'm down to close to trim 50%. I bought this in the 30s after eating there the first time about a year ago. I'm like, I love this. This is awesome. You know, few of my favorites kind of experiencing a little bit of a pullback. Affirm, still like it. Still going sideways. Above its 50. I like it. When do I get in Affirm? I don't know, about 40, 41. Upstart is another one that I like. UPST is the symbol there. In fact, UPST is experiencing a pullback, breaking under its 20 EMA. Next support in UPST is about 45, 46. Stock is 47.80. I will add there. I don't have a position yet, but I will start a position as close as possible to the 50 EMA, which is this highlighted turquoise line. And the old high was 45.85. Old high, if you're reading your technical analysis books, becomes new support. So now, anywhere 45, 47, I'll start legging in. This one is interesting. It's called Lightbridge Technologies. And this is a wild one, right? It was like $2 number, goes to 14. Earnings came out yesterday. Yeah, I'll pay attention to it when it gets down to 6. It's about 8. So LTBR is a new one that I added. Pay attention to it when it gets down to 6. MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor. Bitcoin is not doing anything, and this thing is going higher. Ooh, today it's getting a little smushed. Let's see where IBIT is the BlackRock Bitcoin fund. So this is actually owning Bitcoin, okay? Then there's BITX, which is 2x of Bitcoin. Okay, but this is MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy even has surrogates now called MSTU. This is 2 times MicroStrategy, as if MicroStrategy is not turbocharged enough. There's turbocharger on top of turbocharger. I mean, there's like leverage all over the place. So I'm okay with leverage, but when craziness happens like this, I just got to pay attention to it. This one I'm definitely just dying to buy if it goes above its 200-day. It's called Piedmont Lithium. A lot of lithium stocks are doing well. This is another one, Albemarle. Again, under 200-day. That's why I'm not touching it, but I'm just on my watch list. If this thing goes above 200 EMA, I'm all over it. Same thing as PLL right here, Piedmont Lithium. Let's see. What else? Yeah, you guys want to see a moonshot? No, I never want to go. I'm not even going to get there. Let's see. I think that's. Oh, you guys want to see? Okay, this is a good point to make you guys understand. This is super microcomputer. When the AI boom was going on, this thing went from 30 to 130. Right here. Beautiful uptrend, like while you're here, right? Okay. Now what? Went sideways, broke down, broke to 200, broke to 50. Now, lower lows, lower highs. This is one of the few stocks that had a massive uptrend, followed by a sideways. And then once it broke down, massive downtrend, right? That's why you do not buy stuff that, now you can short these, right? You're going to make a ton of money on the short side. What I'm trying to say is that there are so many beautiful charts out there. Just because it's down, okay, this thing was $50 4 days ago. It's 26. And you may say, well, it's down 50%. You guys know that something can go down 50% indefinitely, right? And not hit zero. But this is what's puzzling me, people. I'm going to show it to you guys. This is the 20-year Treasury bond ETF. You guys see what's happening here? This right here at the top, when it was at 101, this is an inverse indicator, by the way, but this is a yield on the 20-year interest on the 20-year bond. That day right there, 916 or 917, 916 or 15, Fed cut the rates by 50 basis points. The bond market since that day has been selling off and interest rates have been going up. How? I don't know. Why? I don't know. But the bond market is telling, the bond market is so huge, even Fed cannot manipulate the bond market. Okay? So you guys understand something is happening. I'm trying to make sense of it, but I will and share it with you guys. Uber's earnings came out yesterday. Didn't like it. Well, I mean, you know, we all know about Uber, right? So it kind of came down to its 200 EMA, which is about 70, bouncing a little bit today. Don't like that chart. Lyft, I think I like a little bit better, but still don't like both companies. This is Unity. Unity is moving today. It's 20. Oh, I talked about Unity already. What am I saying? In fact, I will sell a few more options and roll them to December. Let's see where the spiders are. And then I'll go back and answer questions. 572. So I'm short the 570s. I'm okay with being short the 570s, the 0 DTEs. They will most likely expire worthless and lower my cost on my put. Yeah, Lunar, I'm loaded with it. I like that. This is okay. So these are the types of patterns I like, right? It goes above its 200 on huge volume. MACD goes above 0, goes sideways, breaks out on Catalyst, which is they got a 4.2 or $4.4 billion NASA contract. This is a small company, people. And it gapped up again. Now what is it doing? Sideways on absolutely anemic low volume. Next catalyst or next move will come up, and this will visit 13-ish levels. And I like Lunar. I bought the December 10 options. You guys don't have to do options. You can tag along with the stock itself. Because on stocks, you don't have to be right in the duration and direction. So I like the stock. I think we I like it. I mean, you know, the downside, you know what your risk is in here, right? Your risk is your 50-day. 710 stock is 8. Okay. Your risk is upside is 13. Solid 60%. Downside is 8, 10% max. So those are the risk rewards you guys got to look at. But I like the pattern, right? It's going sideways. The next leg up, we'll see you at 1213. I like it. And I'm going to go to the front screen, answer questions. This is the monitor meaning my positions. Okay, same thing. 9,000 shares of Werewolf Therapeutics with an average cost of $294. Stock is $247. No problem. Unity. I will sell 10 more calls and start rolling these. Sell 10 more at 55 cents. 10. I'll be down to 30. Trim. Keep trimming. Okay. See? You had a loss. You came back. Always take those small losses. If you bought something at a couple thousand in loss and it brings you back to 300 loss, take that loss. Those are the best trades you're going to make. And then I'll sell 10 more at 60 cents. Almost break even actually on these now. I had yeah, you take those. Those break evens are the best trades you're going to make because the good ones are going to be the good ones anyway. Those are the best trades of my career. When you go down in a hole and you come back, yeah, you just kind of, there is one, there's 10 sold. Okay, let's see our puts. 572 is the index. I'm fine. My puts that I sold at 30 cents down to 14 cents, they're going to most likely expire worthless. Those are the 570s. And I will hold on to my long calls. Beautiful day. Pretty managed. DJT 31. It's all good. I don't see anything else. But I'm looking at all these other ones to definitely leg in, leg out. As long as they get there, my plan is ready and I'll execute. That's how you do it stress-free, people.